If you have been playing the Altered Destiny Grand Quest featuring Hot Daddy and Crazy Mama, then you should be familiar with the girl with the biggest forehead in all of Grand Gaia, Evie! Evie is the daughter of these two, and let's just say she has a lot of parental issues. As a unit, she is supposed to be like, I guess, the dark version of Nia, but completely fails at it due to how dark is as messy as a junkyard.
What did you just say? You want to repeat that?
What the heck are you?
I'm here to say that dark is not messy at all. Evie just doesn't fit, much like this card in any Yu-Gi-Oh deck. But it actually does fit.
Yes, I brought in BF's Dark Element expert to help explain Miss Forehead. Be amazed, y'all, and bow down to his grace, Fafnir, the utter fool of two fools, and he runs his own podcast called Fireside Fafnir. Like, sub, and follow. Now, shut up! Because he's gonna talk now.
Hello everyone, I'm Fafnir. As many of you may know, I love the dark. And that's all. Evie is like Race. Does anyone remember Race? I remember Race. Then 1 month later we got Griff and Race got Griffed. Now we have Noxa, and then 1 month later we got Evie who got griffed by Noxa. But let's see what Evie can offer, if she can offer anything except balancing an egg on her forehead.
I'll start off. Leader skill, Forlorn Hope. You get stats and critical rate for dark types, critical damage, spark damage, 30% BB reduction, and probable damage to 1. I mean, 25% damage reduction. Seriously, Gumi? This could have been good. I guess Gumi decided to merge Noxa and Noelle and I guess create a love child. However, you lose a lot of the key utility that either Noelle or Noxa can provide. So I guess Evie is actually like the middle child who always gets the short end of the stick.
Her extra skill is Unrequited Nostalgia. That's not how that works. You get BB activation reduction, crit damage, dark elemental damage, and more dark stats, then some for herself. Greedy forehead. Not much to say except for that Lost Innocence is an attack boosting sphere and her extra skill requirement is either Lost Innocence or attack boosting spheres, which is kind of redundant. Come on, Gumi, you got it right 5 months ago with Kaneki. It's not that hard. This is a refined game.
Brave Burst, Tenebrous Star. That's not how that works. You get Dark Scaling HP AoE damage, boost max HP, tri-stats, and critical rate for dark types. Stats based on max HP, evasion, and dot infliction. You've been cursed!
Her super brave burst is Eclipse Shatter. Alright. You get a double HP scaling AoE and 1 single target. Self stats and crit rate, critical, and spark damage for dark, as well as spark crit. It's a good super brave burst, gives her a lot of self buffs and other damage based buffs. However, if you look at her second attack, the single target, you'll see a thing that says probable 5% damage of foes max HP. The sad thing is that 90% of the time you will far outdamage 5% of a foe's max HP on this attack. So if you like gimping yourself, taking arrows to the knee, and banging your head against the wall, then you'll like Evie for nuking. Maybe.
Ultimate Brave Burst, Umbra Corona. At least this one makes sense. You get HP scaling AoE damage and single target damage with the Gimp. Boost max HP, tri-stats and crit rate, critical damage, and spark damage. Similar to her SBB, you have a chance to Gimp yourself. Buff-wise, it's pretty good for damage, but honestly, it's pretty boring. Like having just vanilla ice cream.
This is boring.
I know.
Bonding and Dual Brave Burst. Evie is bonded to her crazy mom Miriam and their synergy is Cyclone. Here is how I will explain Cyclone.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Perfect! The DBB has a good collection of buffs, except that the content where this would be useful has a boss that would negate the DOT resistance, pierce the evasion, and make the stat buffs irrelevant. Thanks, Fury.
Enhancements. Overall, an okay set of enhancements.
He's got some of the must-haves, including Spark, critical damage, attack limit break, and extra attacks. You can also make her BB effects last an additional turn, so you get 3 turns of damage over time. Nice to see that Siardha's legacy is carrying on.
At least you can be a little diabolical and call it with that 3-turn DOT.
Yes, but you can also just not run hair forehead over there.
Ouch. Anyways, here are our builds. So, is Evie good?
The answer is... egg!
Evie is just not really that much of a game changer for Dark Mono teams. There are other options that would provide more than she would. All Evie really does is amplify damage, which is not important if you already can do that.
She's a unit that is good on paper, but not really in practice. When I see this happen, I generally don't pull, and I stayed true to my philosophy this time. It's sad that Gumi can't design potential waifus right, but they can, for whatever reason, design Shotas to be overpowered.